Yeah. Well, all right. Like you always say, welcome, welcome, welcome. Number one sports talking D. We ain't like the Falcons, we won't blow the lead. Look, all we talk is who that, who got cut and who back. Rookies in the vets, players you should look at. It's the sports coma, you don't wanna miss it. Got the pre-game party, post-game statistics. Get a visit from Sway, maybe DC or 5. It's the hottest thing smoking, Big Q and the guys. Go to YouTube Live, make sure you subscribe. Interviews inside the Saints locker room high. Talk to Drew, Jordan, Zach, Peyton, New Orleans, who that nation. Best believe when I say we bleed gold and black. Ain't a miracle or rivalry could ever hold us back. No, Beastquake, Bounty Gate, let the truth be told. It's the sports coma, all we know is say Super Bowl. Yeah.
You're listening to the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys on the PRO Media Network.
Who that, fam? We back at it. Had a little hiccup with the sound or whatever, but we back at it, man. Something bottomed out. I don't know what the hell happened, but it dropped out. Internet signal dropped out for whatever strange reason. That never happens before, but you know, I got children in there too, and they might have reset it. I don't know. But anyway, we back at it again, family. Sorry for the inconvenience, but we back. We won't quit. I'm going to dub this section of the show reaction, so the phone lines are open for the family to chime in, to get in there, get the information on. So I'm sorry. I think we cut Byron off the last time. Byron or whoever got the live line is open, 504-475-4482. We'll take calls for the next duration, the next summation of the hour. We dropped out for whatever reason, internet-wise. We back at it, though, baby. I apologize for that. But feel free to call in. The live line is open, and we're ready to take calls now. 504-475-4482. 504-475-4482. You know we don't play with you. We know we don't play. We're not going to leave and then go away. If we can help it, we're going to come back and we're going to talk to the Great Saint Think Tank. We ain't going to leave without taking care of business. So, let's get a call in there. Appreciate you giving us a call here at the Sports Coma. Who's on the line?
Yeah, it's Byron again, Q.
All right, Byron. Good, brother. Good. Glad to have you back. Apologize for that, my brother.
You was in and out on your connection, though. That's why you was frozen up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It froze up, and then I had to reset everything, but it appears to be fine, my brother.
It's cool, though.
But what's on your mind, my brother?
Oh, no, I was just, like I said, I was just mentioning about, when I was saying about clowning, what I'm saying about the deal and everything. And I think to me is that I don't think that if he do sign here with the Saints, I think that he might just give him less than the $15 million, because I don't think that he want the $17 million though. But I don't think that the Saints gonna give him that kind of money though. I think he could take the $15 million, less on the deal, like on 1 year or something like that, or maybe like in the mid range of the money they're gonna give him though, because other teams that look like I said, the Tennessee Titans though, that you just mentioned about, the Dallas Cowgirls, I don't think the Dallas gonna get him though, how much they're gonna get him on a contract. But I think that the Saints probably gonna have a better money for clowning though if he do sign here though. But I think I prefer Griffin though, because I like Griffin though, because I think you give him a cheap deal on his contract, on a 1 year, maybe 2 year deal at least. Mm-hmm. Because I think what I saw with Griffin, he's more like he's an outstanding player and everything. I think he's a merge. He could, like I said, you could line him up with Cam Jordan on the sideline. On the side of the edge there. You could come bring pressure, like the front seven. You got more than the secondary. To play more backer and everything. Because you could bring Griffin to here though, then Clowney though. That'd be switching like one back way to another though. But I think that if you don't get Griffin though, then okay. I would like to say we could take Clowney though instead, because I think Clowney is a good also as an edge rusher too. But I think that he always want to get the money more money he want to get more than he can depend on. But I don't think that he gonna give the money he deserves around account amount though. So I said to me that if Clowney do sign a deal that he know he could get from the Saints though, then that moment he could take that chance though, instead of the other team that's trying to get him though, that's not gonna give him a better deal of the amount of money that he won though.
Okay. I think
So that's my opinion on that. Yeah, so I think that, but if you don't get Clown though, then I say you can go get Griffin though, because Griffin's still out there though. I think you like to give him a cheap deal. He could take it and then make it as an offer. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I want right there. So what you thought on that though?
I mean, I think it's going to be competitive if they really do want the man, to be honest with you, bro. It depends, man. Sean Payton, and they could be quite stubborn if they want to, especially if they see somebody that they like. I'm in favor of Griffin. You know what I'm saying? I'm with that. I think Griffin's a better fit, to be quite honest with you. I would say it. I mean, we had a bigger sample size. Who that to you, Till? Good to see Till, my dog Till, in the building. Kenny Sutton, who that to you as well. Welcome back, family. Thank y'all for joining me in the re-stream. But I hear you, 985 and Tori with the cricket phone. They don't have cricket wireless for your house, man.
Hope they ain't got no cricket phone like break the phone. Come on.
They don't have cricket wireless for your house, man. Cut it out.
You gotta call like cricket.
But yeah, man, I think that I do like the option of Griffin better than I do of Clowney, to be honest with you. I think Griffin fits with us better. But they, for whatever reason, they're looking at Clowney. And, and nobody's seen, we said that before because nobody's seen it because of the demands, the money demands. But we should know better than to talk about cap work with the New Orleans Saints. They do not and have not and will not allow the cap at any point of the duration of Sean Payton, Mickey Mouse, Loomis's tenure together to obstruct them from building this team. Remember several seasons ago, family, when we were saying that the Saints had less than $10 million to go to work with to sign role players to help the team. Remember, that was the year we picked up Latavius Murray, Nick Eason, and all those guys. Remember that? That same year, the Saints had less than, $8 or $9 million then? And they still were able to make stuff shake. So as far as that, I say that to say, as far as Clowney is concerned, if he's saying $15 million, there's different ways to approach this. Now, the Saints, of course, can pay him, the money that he wants and then break it down in phantom years. Like I said before, they could sign him to a 3-year contract with the first small annual monies, $2 or $3 million, and then they kind of backload the deal in phantom years, give him a big fat signing bonus. There's several ways that they can fix up this meal for you to eat. But, like I said, but I'm saying to myself, even though Clowney is interesting, I would say Griffin's a better fit and for the money, but it appears that I don't think the Saints are concerned about that money. The Saints will figure a way to get him in here and work the salary cap like Mickey Mouse Loomis tends to do years over year.
Well, I mean, they had to see Griffin though, because I think to me that when we played Griffin though, these past long years and everything, they know that Griffin's so good though, bro. And I think that it's so obvious that when we played him in the playoffs from 2017 in Minneapolis and everything, they know Griffin is a dangerous dude though, bro. And he know he can do a lot of damage on that defense that they have though. But I think the merge, you looking at Clowney though. Okay, we know what Clowney can do and everything. But my point is, you got to look at Griffin too, though. You know what I'm saying? Because Griffin can do anything more than he can do like Clowney cannot do. So the order is, why are you looking at one guy, you don't look at the other guy? You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
They two are the best defense ever as an edge rusher. But you're not going to just choose that guy and then you're going to know this guy can't do nothing, though.
Right.
Because like I say, I like Griffin, though. I love Griffin, though.
Right.
But I'm not hating on Clowney though, because Clowney is a good also player too. But I'm not saying that, we're not gonna get Griffin, we're looking at Clowney though right now. They ain't gotta do that though. It's all about who is gonna be the perfect fit of our defense behind Cam Jordan though, and Davenport. Because you can have Davenport come off the bench as a backup. You know what I'm saying? When he get healthy, once he's healthy and everything. But my solution is, Q, is you want to get a guy that's gonna be the guy for you though. You don't want to just make things and say, okay, I'm not big. I'm not really thinking I'm really like, be cool, the guy that I prefer, and I'm just gonna let this guy go. No, when you try to do Sean Payton, understand this though, that you got a lot of edge rushers out there, okay? They can make an impact on our defense behind that secondary. And then, like I said before, you got to know that they could do anything they could do, like Cam Jordan do it. Cam Jordan's the only guy doing things on that edge rush of that defense. But you need some help with Cam Jordan on the side of him, though. So Davenport, and I know Davenport coming up Liverpool from last year and a year ago before he had injuries and everything. But my bottom line is you want to get the edge rush that's going to dominate every game by game, man. And that's how you got to do it. And Griffin's going to be that guy, though. He could be that guy. Or Clowney, though. Anywhere it is. But like I say, if Clowney don't sign with the Saints, go get Griffin. Go get Griffin. Don't waste your time before training camp hit on the 28th, though. Go get Griffin and sign him, though, and get out the way.
Yeah, I mean, I love the passion, and I'll be keeping real with you. I appreciate the passion on it, and the fact that you're absolutely right. The Saints are forerunners for his services. He's already said that. I don't think Tennessee is in the ball. He didn't name Tennessee. I think Tennessee coming late to the party. I don't think they'll have a shot. The Raiders don't have a shot. I know they looking at him as a potential fill-in, but he chose the Saints and Cowboys as possible suitors for his services. The only other thing is left for each team is to work out money and physical, to figure out whether or not he's healthy enough. He has to pass a physical, and right now it'd be kind of difficult for him to get get some of that stuff done right now. But there's ways around that where the Saints can make it happen, where they can get a physical out of the man and stuff like that. So a lot of stuff happening right now. They kind of got it into a point where we're in a holding pattern, but we do know that he wants to be signed and in camp before camp start, which gives us a 2-week window here. So I said about 10 days here. So we're looking at maybe about 7 to 10 days of coverage on the count, as I call it, or we'll be calling it the countdown to Clowney. So if we could get the countdown to Clowney to figure out which way he's going to go, we'll have to see. But the Cowboys are interested in him. We are interested in him for obvious reasons. And I think he'll be a person that can put us over the hump. But you're right. If we don't get Clowney, we definitely should. It's just not just, okay, well, we couldn't get Clowney. Let's just stick with Davenport. My thing is I don't want to see the Saints not get Clowney and then say, you know what? They're going to get the fourth or fifth tier defensive lineman and say, yeah, this is it. You don't do that. I think Griffin is somebody that we should be looking at before we was looking at Clowney. But we'll see, man. It's weirder stuff than happen, and we'll just have to wait and see. I do prefer Griffin. I hear Till. Till says he like Griffin. What Till says? Till says Griffin is proven, fits better, and cheaper. I'll take Griffin. Thank you, Till. I agree with that. And we've been saying that, you know what I'm saying? Chemo Slice, who that to your family? A V1 Extent, who that to you? Says, glad you're doing a live. I've been waiting to hear something about Clowney or Griffin. I'm watching every day for Clowney or Griffin. And like we just said, it's called the Clowney Countdown, and we'll have to find out what's going on with it. Lori Hackler, who that to you? Jermaine says, yeah, to look at the Saints news every day to see if we get Clowney or Griffin. Jermaine, who that to you? Gundam 13, who that to you? Gundam. He says, Clowney plays when he wants to. We don't need all that smoke. I got you, Gundam. I hear you, Gundam. Troll says, yo, in Clowney college profile, they said he took plays off. That's the same thing they said about Ndamukong Suh, that he took plays off. Now, he's dominant when he wants to be. He got that old Cam Newton mentality. He dominated when he wants to. I like Everson Griffin because Everson plays ferocious every snap. And like I said, and I've said this, I don't know how many times, countless times, that it just boggles my mind why there is no pairing of the Saints and Everson Griffin. This is light work. This is light work. You can't find a more easier pairing than to put Clowney, Griffin with the Saints. Griffin's cap money is damn sure ain't gonna be what Clowney won't. He don't have nearly the suitors. That of course, the thing is, when Clowney goes down, the teams that want Clowney, that won't get him, will then pursue Griffin. Because that's what the Browns did. That's what the Seahawks did. The Titans, there was rumors around them. The Cowboys, there were light work rumors around them dealing with it. All the teams except for the Saints. And I just don't understand that, being that Griffin was a dude that would put in your mind that he could play for you. You got an opportunity to snatch this dude and then use him against the Vikings. Why not? Why not? So we'll see how it shakes, man. But the Saints, and from the various rumors that I've been getting, is saying that they're really true players in the Clowney sweepstakes.
Yeah, and I think it's so obvious that, when Griffin could do so many things, though, bro. And I think to me that, Griffin is always going to be who he is, though. And I think that with Clowney, his situation that he want to get paid a lot of money and everything. We understand that, though. But you're not going to get everything you're going to have per average, that the money that you deserve, though. But I think to me that Griffin is a better fit. Okay, I've been saying this over and over, and I discussed about this over and over. Griffin is the guy you want to go get and sign, though. Okay, and I think to me that you get Griffin, man, I'm telling you, bro, that defense is going to help a lot more than it's going to be, though, because I promise you, bro, this is what I'm saying. Griffin is going to make an impact. Because it's going to help with Cam Jordan pressing a lot on him a little bit, so he ain't got to do everything for himself. We don't have anybody aside. Davenport, when he did a little bit, when we drafted him to 2018, though, he did a little good and everything when he went down. So I think to me that if you bring Griffin in the Orleans, okay, get the deal done, bro. Don't wait too long before training camp. We still got plenty of time, bro. Week by week. We're taking day by day. Don't think you're not going to get the guy that you're going to sign and you name, okay, we just wait till the training camp starts. What I'm saying is, Q, you want to get the guy you want to make a deal, okay, and get the money and pay and finalize. So when I'm saying go get Griffin, Griffin's still out there, man. He want to play. Don't waste your time and say, oh, yeah, we're going to get on Clowney. Clowney is waiting way more time. Go get Griffin ASAP. Because Clowney waiting more longer than Clowney say, okay, I want to get the money that I want, though. But we're not going to pay that kind of money down here, Clowney, if we do sign you, though. But I'm saying is you want to get the guy that you want to make a cheaper deal. And Griffin is that guy. Griffin don't want to get a lot of money like other guys as edge rushing and everything. Griffin want to be the guy that want to play and plug in and everything, bro. That's what Griffin is, though. And Griffin is a special dude, though. But I'm just saying, bro, just don't wait too much time today. We ain't going to get nobody as an edge rusher. We got edge rusher. We got Cam Jordan. It's the leader of the edge rusher on that defense. But like I said before, Griffin is also going to be the right-hand side edge rusher. Because that's going to take the pressure. Like I said, it's going to take the pressure off of Cam Jordan. So Cam Jordan got to do everything for himself like he always going to do. Dominate. That's what he do. But I'm saying is, take less off of him, though, so he gets some help, though, man. That's what I'm trying to get right there. If you get Griffin, though, that'd be awesome, man. I'd be so happy. I got a smile on my face right now. If we get Griffin, I'd be so proud that we got Griffin in the Saints uniform instead of Clowney.
Yeah, and I got an article on the screen here while you was breaking it down, Byron. You're absolutely right. A lot of people in the holding pattern, this one here covering the Seahawks, saying that the reason why everybody's in the holding pattern is because they're waiting where the chip fall for Clowney. And many people believe once Clowney is signed, then Griffin will be simultaneously signed and plucked off the market as well. So most of the teams that wants the edge rusher Clowney also like Griffin, but they're waiting to see what happens with Clowney before Griffin. So it's a very strange situation because I wouldn't want to do that if I was a team. If I liked the guy, I would go after him. But that's what they're saying here. Now, of course, let me read this. This is from mid-April. By the way, one of the latest reports on the idea of Clowney, which was interesting. This is provided by Northwest Sports NBC. And they're saying that the Seahawks remained in the mix here. And the Seahawks are still in the mix for Clowney, they believe. I say they don't because he already chose his team. And they say that as far as they're concerned, but the NFL is also saying that it's the same scenario with a lot of teams. They're waiting to see what happens with Clowney first. And of course, we broke down the Griffin voided the final 3 years of his contract with the Vikings to become a free agent. Just hasn't worked out for him. He picked a hell of a off season to do that under the really condition of the world right now. Now he's 32 years old, including Griffin. He recorded 57 sacks over the past 6 seasons, beat out former number 1 pick Jadeveon Clowney's 32 in the same time span. So between the last 6 seasons, Everson Griffin has lapped Jadeveon Clowney. Has lapped him. Mm-hmm. He has almost 60 sacks in that span of time, where Clowney had 32. So he's almost doubled up what Jadeveon Clowney was able to do, and Griffin's older than Clowney. So we'll see what it is. And of course, a lot of people say, well, what about the money? They're looking at, as you can see right here, he counted more than 13.9 against the cap, but what is Everson Griffin looking for in money? Is it the same $15 million that he's been looking for? And a lot of people don't believe so. A lot of people believe that you can get Griffin close to 10, maybe 12, which is more in line with what the Saints want. And of course, you can even span it into, so the reason Everson Griffin, according to them, this is what they're saying, is that they believe that that is the scenario. The reason why Griffin hasn't signed is because everybody's waiting for the proverbial Clowney shoe to drop first before Griffin gets an opportunity to get signed. So I don't think I like that logic, but this appears to be some of the games that they are indeed playing right now. So we'll see. And what do you think about that, Byron?
Well, you nailed it right there, but I agree on that. But I think to me is that Griffin don't have to wait to Clowney of his decision where he gonna be going at though. But my selection is Griffin can just make a move, come sign with the Saints, get it out of the way, get your deal done here, and then wherever Clowney, when we find out what Clowney his money, his deal gonna be, and we will hear from everything, but we keep posting on that though. But in the meantime, I want Griffin to sign right now though, so he could get it out the way, get the deal done, come to New Orleans, sign on the dotted line, be as official, you as a Saint, and you're black and gold, walking to New Orleans. I ain't worried about Clowney. Clowney got a handful on himself. You know what I'm saying? It's a tough decision for him though, because I don't know what Clowney gonna do. He want the 17 million there, but I don't think some teams are gonna give him that kind of money though. Because I say that when you say about Seattle, I heard a couple weeks ago Seattle was gonna give him a 15 million on a 1-year deal though. That's what I heard, but he ain't take that offer though. So Cleveland, even though he went to Cleveland trying to get more money for Clowney, and look what Clowney did, turn down them though. So Clowney don't know what he wants. He don't know what kind of money he gonna get on the deal, wherever team he gonna sign though. But I'm saying if he do sign with us though, Q, how much they gonna give him though? That's the question. Because if we don't get Griffin though, then how you gonna pay Clowney anywhere it is if he do sign the Saints though?
That's a great question, and like I said, it's tough because he appears to not be budging on that money. That's what the appearances are. That he went from 20 to 17 to 15, and from what we're hearing is that in several reports I was researching, and some tweets and other social media posts, is that he's pretty stiff on the $15 million amount. So if you're going straight up dollar for dollar as far as the caps, the Saints right now are right around 9, but can easily free up an additional $10 more million to get up to 19 to afford them, or they can do magical things with the cap like Mickey Mouse Loomis tends to do. So I mean that is hope. So yeah, in my opinion, we can afford them, but the thing is, What the Saints? What's the move here? I guess it's a patience game because he's definitely talking to people. He's definitely talking to people on what he wants. So I mean, if that's indeed the case, if you're a smart player and you want that, he can get the $15 million easily. Cleveland was willing to pay it for him. Seattle is now stiffing on its mindset that it will pay him the $15 million. That was reported. I showed that on Monday. The Raiders have stepped up into it. Although Gruden really wants him bad, if Gruden had the money, he would pay him the money. But Mike Mayock and the owner are kind of hesitant on it. But Gruden is trying to get him there, which he's still on the outside looking in because the Cowboys and Saints are players. Is Jerry Jones motivated to get him? Everybody seems to be standing still right now. They could be negotiating right now, but expect some movement in the next 7 to 10 days is what I'm saying. Now, Everson Griffin, a lot of people saying, well, Q, what does Griffin want? We know what Jadeveon Clowney wants. He wants 15. He wants 15 straight up. So if that is indeed the case, then what can I tell you about it? I mean, he's demanding that kind of bread, and he's going to get that bread. Like I said, they got people that's willing to give him that bread right now. So, but my thing is, like I've been saying, is Griffin is the dude. He should be the man. He should be the guy that we collect. Thank you, Crass. Crass with the super chat. Thank you, brother. He says, good afternoon. I hope everyone is safe and doing great today. Keep up the terrific work. Big Q. Thank you. Who that, Crass? That's my brother from California. Who that to you? Appreciate you out there, family. Who that, Trail? Good to see Trail Hatch in the building. Lori, good to see you, baby. Who that to you, Lori, as well. Much love to you as well. Welcome into the chat, family. And yeah, Byron, I pretty much think that's what it's coming down to, bro, is that, that's what it is. It's a wait and see moment here. Derek says Jabal Shurd, Vinny Curry, and Clay Matthews, all decent options. I'm going to keep it real with you. All of those are very decent options for the Saints, but the Saints are swinging for the fences here. That's the emotion that I'm getting out of this. They swinging, bro. That's the thing. If they wanted to play it safe, they could have signed any of the people that Derek just made mention of. Who that to you, Daniel? Good to see you in the chat, family. Who that to you, Daniel? But
I think, yeah, because I mean, the reason why we go and get edge rushers to help the defense to be more better, though. That's the key to it, because I know our secondary has been lacking over and over and over and over. But our front seven is still the same, though, man. You got Malcolm Brown, Shad Teller, Olamide, Rankins. You got Starward and everything. Our front seven is good, but we need another edge rusher, okay? That's the one we need to look at. Because I know Davenport say he's healthy. I don't know if Davenport's healthy or not. I know he got to prove that he is healthy and he's ready to go for this season, though. That's the one I want to know, I can hear about. But if you get Griffin, like I said before, if you get Griffin, that's going to be an A+ right there, an A+. And I'm just saying, you can get him on a cheap deal. I'm just saying, though. Listen what I'm saying. All my family look the black and gold. You get Griffin on a good deal, bruh. He going to make an impact behind Cam Jordan. And them two as a duo, that's going to help that secondary way a lot more better. I promise you. Listen what I'm saying. If we don't get, I'm just saying, we don't get Clowney, though, I don't care. I don't care we don't get Clowney, though. But Griffin is a good fit signing for the Saints. Okay? And I'm just saying that I don't see other edge rushers will get besides Griffin, though. You know what I'm saying? Griffin's going to be the guy. Go get Griffin. Go get him. He's out there, bruh. He's available. Nobody not taking Griffin. Nobody ain't picked up Griffin yet. What you waiting for? What you waiting for?
I mean, yeah, I think that's. I think they being kind of patient on it, Byron. I'm just gonna keep it real with you, brother.
Yeah.
And they're gonna play it, man. And we're gonna see what Jerry wants. And they're gonna bounce back and see what Jerry wants. So we just have to make sure we keep it.
Yeah, I can't stand Jerry Jones, man. He made me sick, bro. I can't float Jerry Jones. His look nonsense.
Saints can be proactive with approach. Saints could be. I mean, that's the thing. Forcing is like if you want the guy, go for it. But he got a lot of suitors. Even though he picked two guys, he can move in any direction he want. So it's not like he ain't got that many. He ain't got that many options. He got options, so he gonna take his time and find the best possible fit. He named two guys. If those two guys don't come within the range of the money he's looking for, he might consider the other people. But people saying, like you said, he don't know what he wants. He doesn't want the money because he had the money. Cleveland gave him the money. Cleveland was wanting to give him everything. But he turned it down from. They was going to give him the multi-year deal. Then he says, "No, I don't want the multi-year deal from you. I want a 1 year deal." So they gave him a 1 year deal. He still turned it down. So he didn't. So he don't want is. So the money is not all that he wants to contend. So I do give him credit for just not just looking at, him coming in saying, "Just look, man, I just want the money," what have you. But I mean, it's crazy, man. To be honest with you, but a lot of people impatient about it. It almost puts me in the mind of what it was when the Saints were trying to sign Jared Cook. Y'all remember that? And it went on for over 2 weeks. And we like, man, when are they gonna get this signed? When is this gonna happen? And then eventually it happened. So it could be one of those Jared Cook type moments, family, where it take a couple of weeks to get the deal done. Because they haggling over, what kind of money we talking here. Now, what they're saying about as far as Everson Griffin's deal is, they're looking at a 1-year deal with the likelihood of $12.75 million, which is $3 or so cheaper than what Clowney's asking for. So Everson Griffin is looking at 12, close to 13 million for 1 year as well. So it's still cheaper than what you would pay a concrete, forcing, stubborn-minded player such as Jadeveon Clowney. So we'll see how it goes, but in the end, the bottom line is that we'll see something shake on this in the next 7 days, I believe, man. Sooner or later, you're gonna see teams come down, and the reason why I say that is because you see a ratcheting up of offers because they know a deadline is coming. They ain't tell us what the deadline is, but it don't take much. You can put it together. You see the Titans jump in, you see the Raiders jump in, you see the Saints, Cowboys there, Seattle's milling about. Cleveland was there up until today when they renegotiated Vernon Oliver's deal, which basically takes him out of the sweepstakes for Clowney. And there'll be another team or so that jumps in the fray. But the rest of these teams, the Saints are going to play. They're going to be cool. They're not going to be impatient about this thing. They're going to play it cool and see if they can land the guy. And if they can, then fine. If not, then we'll see what the next move is. Hopefully the next move is Everson Griffin. But several reports that while I'm talking, I'm researching and looking up reports right now on what's going on with other teams and how they feel about Everson Griffin. And it's the same thing. Article after article showing Everson Griffin, the cost of bringing in. This is one from Cleveland, from the Browns Digest, which is showing Everson Griffin. What is the cost to bring Griffin to Cleveland? And of course, if you talk about all these accolades, and then you scroll further down, and they talk about their version of the NASCAR package. They talk about his skill set and what Everson Griffin brought to the Minnesota Vikings as a productive pass rusher throughout his 10-year career. With 74.5 sacks, Griffin's pass rush numbers prowess is highlighted by an explosive first step and his highly efficient spin move, once a lineman engages, the valuable characteristic he offers is his ability to operate as a tree technique in a NASCAR package, which utilizes faster defensive linemen in obvious pass situation. Now, the Saints got a good dose of that in the playoffs, their NASCAR package. Now, he's a 4-time Pro Bowler with the most recent Pro Bowls in 2019. He was second team in 2017. In the event that Barry signs Griffin, it was most likely would precede the release of Oliver. But Vernon is currently on the books, $15.5 million cap hit for the final year of his contract, and the release would improve cap allocation. Well, Vernon, that eliminates it because Vernon Oliver basically restructured his deal today. That was today's news, and that pretty much it really takes the Cleveland Browns out of the sweepstakes for Jadeveon Clowney. But I'm gonna scroll down in a minute and show you the rest of this the contract is what we're talking about, because this is the more important aspect of the article, and which I was looking at, and this is what their interpretation of it, and this is from a Cleveland Brown perspective. Who that to you, Travis Davis, Brandon Comier, good to see y'all back in the chat as well. Who that to the family. Please hit the like button, family. Please hit the like button. We got almost 50 people in the chat. Please hit the like button. Destroy it for your boy Big Q as we talking Saints. All right, now the likelihood of two options would be 1 year deal. Now they saying a 1 year deal at $12.75 million. This contract will put Griffin on the higher end of the average salary between Justin Houston and Carlos Dunlap. A deal of this nature would save $5.5 million in the cap, 2.75 in actual cap, and 2.75 in rollover. And Barry, who is their general manager, the same 2020 flexibility of retaining Oliver. The second offer will be a 2-year contract worth $23. Giving the Browns a running mate for Miles for 2 seasons, this option would be more ideal if Barry makes more of a success and decreases the need to use a high draft pick on the defensive end. So if you could see, they rationalize as a deal, a 1-year deal with Griffin to be basically 1 year at 12.75. Now, this is the Cleveland Browns we're talking about. And like Sufjan said some time ago, the Browns are stupid. So they make dumb moves all the time. This could be, we looking at their numbers here, but that's just showing you exactly what we're hitting for, what it's hitting for. So that's pretty much what it is, but it gives you an idea exactly what kind of stuff is going on here as we try to make sense of it. But there is the Griffin seems to be the one that has a market, but his market is predicated on what Clowney do, which is very strange to see teams moving that motion, which means people are very high on Jadeveon Clowney. They are really high on him. Yeah. More higher than what we give him credit to, give people credit for, to be quite honest with you. They're maybe a little bit too high on him, which means they could be high on something else if they're high on him that much, because I really don't see them they shouldn't be that high on Jadeveon Clowney. He got a lot of potential. But you don't throw 15, 18, 19 million away on potential. You need somebody that's going to come in and produce. So
because I think, I mean, it's like I said, the money is too high. If clients do want to get that kind of money right there, but I think that Griffin, like I said, you can pay less on Griffin on his deal, though. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that it's not going to be the same money compared to Clowney money, though. Because how much money Clowney get is not compared to Griffin contract. So anyway, it's not going to be different. It's not going to be the same if the money between the both of them. It's going to be different because wherever the deal is going to be between Griffin contract and then Clowney contract, it's not going to be equal, 50-50. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, it is particularly Griffin is going to be more or less paid, though, because you would give him a less money that he could afford, then Clowney he's gonna need money more higher than above the ceiling. So it's it'll be like a race competition between Clowney money and Griffin money. But it's like I said, you can't expect who the guy you want to choose on a deal that you know you prefer the guy you want. But the reality is, you know who's gonna be signing before this guy, you know what I'm saying? Because if we do get Griffin before Clowney, like I say, I ain't got to worry about Clowney though. You know what I'm saying? Because Clowney go sign anyway. If he go back to Seattle, he go back to Seattle. If he go to other teams, different team like Tennessee, then I'm happy for him though. But I'm just saying it's a type of situation with Clowney that we got to deal with though, because the money what the money he wants of his value of the deal he's going to have that's going to pay him, though. Because like I said, we don't know we're not going to pay him that kind of money if he come here, though. But you know it's going to be back and forth, though. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, I like Griffin, though. That's what I'm saying, Q. I like Griffin because he is always going to be more that they can use for, that you can pay him the money. Because Griffin don't play around with nothing, though. Because Griffin gets serious, though. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna play trick and treat on everything, but Griffin gets serious about his money though. You know what I'm saying? But he ain't gonna be hating like Clowney do. And I think Clowney it's like he just don't know how the money come in a circle. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta play your cards right, because you don't get fooled by this team than the other team. Because anywhere it is, the team that you're gonna be joined with, you gotta be happy that they're gonna give you what you deserve though. And you should accept that. And I think Griffin's going to accept that too if he signed with the Saints though. Because Griffin don't be like, oh yeah, you giving a 1-year deal, $10 million, okay, or a 2-year deal around $12 million. You know what I'm saying? But you don't see Griffin be hated about it though. Griffin is a special dude though, bruh. And I think that everybody likes what Griffin to bring down here though of the team that he is though. Because you know who Griffin on about? Super Bowls, right? So if you come to the Saints, okay, you know Griffin's gonna be like, oh man, I'm all about Super Bowls, man. I'm gonna win a Super Bowl. If he can win a Super Bowl with the New Orleans Saints, man, if he can win a Super Bowl with the New Orleans Saints, my gosh, you can't tell one thing Griffin ain't gonna do nothing about that.
I think it's a point. I keep saying it's light work. You come if you want a Super Bowl, come to New Orleans. The Saints are a loaded team. We're not the only ones that noticed that. I mean, Tom Brady noticed it before he made, watching Drew come back here. He knew what the Saints was working with. Mike Thomas, Elvin Kamara, all that talent, wide open offense. And of course the Saints were third in sacks last year, and pressures is pretty good, but we talking about over the top. And we talk about insurance. And a lot of people said it's insurance is expensive depending on where you're buying it from. And you don't want to go buy good insurance from a cheap ass company. You won't get a reliable company to buy your insurance. The reason why I say that is because that's what a guy like Everson Griffin or Jadeveon Clowney, they represent. These are first tier insurance companies. These are first tier members. And the Saints are, if they're serious about Clowney, and they haven't come out and make a statement saying, no, we're going to stay with Davenport. We're going to stand behind and support Davenport. They hadn't said that. They are absolutely riding to the gill with this idea of getting Jadeveon Clowney. Clowney will start. Davenport will be a bench player. He'll be the situational pass rusher. So, I mean, that speaks to, like I said before, about where Marcus Davenport in his development in terms of his health, or if they see that they can't take the chances like we've been yelling. And I think, and what happened, to be honest with you, what I think happened is just me. I think that eventually what they heard the people talking and they changed their mind. That's what happened, because you had all that time to think about all that stuff, and then you fortify all that, and then all of a sudden you flip-flop, you heard something. You heard something that made a lot of sense to you. That's what happened. And I would keep telling people that this is a small city. And when you start talking loud enough, it reverberates off people the right ears ahead. And because look at the motions. The motion showed you that they was driving that car, and then all of a sudden they were like, hold on, we could find a better route. And they turned and went this way. And, that's what that Jadeveon Clowney represents, is what we've been yelling to the gills about, getting a pass rusher opposite of Cam. Whether it could be Jadeveon, it could be Griffin, as long as there's a top tier pass rusher there who will bring pain from that opposite end. Because if you do that, you give the Saints the defensive line an opportunity. You give the defense a fire opportunity just to be great, because they can drop everybody in the coverage and just rush four. And those four guys will be good enough to be able to cause a lot of problems to a lot of teams. They'll get endless pressures on teams. Defense will be fun. Defense will be fast and furious. It'll be a different layer of it. And it'll be fun to watch them play, flying all over the field, making plays and making tackles and all that kind of stuff. It'll be fun watching, I think, and that's what I really think happened. The Saints heard something, and they said, that's a great idea. Let's reverse movement. And they reverse moved and went after them. So, I mean, it's a great idea. I think they need to do it, but they got a good idea going after a top-end edge rusher to sit on top of Davenport because of his injury history. You cannot rely on that in Drew's final year. If Drew have a couple years on his contract, you might say, we're going to give him some time to develop. But now that you know that Drew is here, and Marcus is coming upon his third season, the two of the previous, he's been injured, 2 of the 3 years, the chance is he could be injured in the third. We're not taking any chances. We're going to get a top-notch player, whether it's Griffin or whomever, to sit on top, or Clowney to sit on top of that other opposite pass rusher. And the Saints are going to be patient buyers here. They're not going to rush into it. They know the guy wants to be here. So they're not forced to make a knee-jerk reaction deal like they did with Nick Easton to bring him in here. They know the guy wants to be here. It's just a question of money and his physical. If the guy's healthy, the Saints will find the money, whether they got to release players or they can load deals. Either way, the Saints got the ability to do it and grab the guy and pull him here. But they're not going to be impatient buyers. They're going to be patient. And they're going to wait this thing out. And I expect next 7 days or so, you'll start hearing something on it. It'll start ratcheting up. Thank you, Sheets Trove. Who that to you, Sheets Trove? Good to see you in the chat as well. Sheets Trove, Phoebe. Good to see you, Phoebe. Who that to you, Phoebe? Who that as well? Welcome into the chat. Much love to you. And I wanted to yell out somebody else I seen in there that I missed early on. Ash Rim, who that to you, Ash Rim? Good to see you in the chat as well. Please subscribe if you're not a subscriber, family. If you're here for the first time, or if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and the notification, because we always do spirited shows like this. Go ahead, go ahead, Byron.
Yeah, like I was saying, I think that our defense going to improve, more better than they're going to be for the past 3 years and everything. But I think that, like I said, it's all about having fun in that defense, you know what I'm saying? And I think that, when you, get a guy like Griffin, then all of a sudden everybody go spray, fullback in there, like Lattimore, and then, in the secondary with Jay Rabbit, and then, but I just think that the defense is going to be good this year, though, bro. Because I think, like I said, you add Griffin, you know what I'm saying, on that team and everything, and I think he's going to do a lot of things, though, bro. And I think that with him and Cam Jordan and like I said, other guys, like when I mentioned about Rankins, Brown, and Teller, and Stallworth, and I'm just saying, bro, and then you got Zach Bourne, and you got Demario Davis there, you got Anzalone, Alonzo, Michael Jenkins, in the safety behind Chauncey Garner, Johnson, and everything. I think it's gonna be a good unit that we're gonna have though, bro, this year, bro. And I think that by looking at this though, we made some lot of guys we signed. Every move that we made some changing, and I think that, when you say Drew Brees, it's going to be Drew Brees' final year, though, you know what I'm saying? And I think that, he signed a 2-year deal contract. I think it's going to be Drew Brees' last year that he's playing as a Saint, and I think that we're all about getting a Super Bowl for him, though, bro, because, he's going to hit the broadcast next year in the booth. And I think, to me, that it's going to be Taysom Hill going to be next up to take over the team. But man, let me tell you, bro. I'm ready for this. I'm ready for the season this year, bro. I'm ready for a good 2020 season though, and I'm looking for go all the way, get home field advantage, #1 seed, head to the Super Bowl, bro, win a championship, bring it back to New Orleans, and have a parade and everything. I think that we're so complete team though, like everybody in the NFC, because I think nobody can mess with us in the NFC though, bro. Like Dallas, Seattle. 49ers. We don't know what the 49ers are going to do this year. I know they was good last year, but they don't make a damn thing. But they not going to compete with us, though, because I think that we are a dangerous team, though, bro. We are the #1 team coming out the NFC, and I think nobody's going to stop us, though, bro. And I think we're going to make another huge run, though, man. And I think we're still going to take control of the division, you know what I'm saying, because I don't think Tom Brady ain't going to do a damn thing, you know what I'm saying? So we're still going to be an NFC South champion, believe that. And we still on top of the mountain. And I think, like I said, we're going to go all the way, bro. And I think that we're going to make a good year that we're going to have this season. And I'm looking forward to it. And I'm just ready for it, to get beginning and ready to get it started, though.
Well, I love that. I love that enthusiasm, Byron. I'm going to be honest with you, man. I definitely love it. I think the Saints definitely have a shot. We are a very talented unit. We are rich in roster, and we just got to put it together on the field and make it work. Who that to you, Daniel? I see you in the chat, family. Travis Daisy, who that to you, family? Lori, good to see you back.
Right, exactly. And
go ahead, Byron.
We still got more guys. We're gonna make some moves though, man, before the training camp start. And I think I said, you get Griffin, man. I'm telling you, go get Griffin, bro. Go get him, bro. Don't waste your time. Go get him, bro. And I just think, like I said, though, man, we still got week by week before we hit training camp on the 28th. And I'm saying, bro, it's going to be a lot of competition going on in training camp, bro. Every position, everything, But I'm saying, bro, we don't know what Connor going to do, though. And I think that we still want to keep our eyes on him, wherever he going to go at, though. If he don't come down here, oh, well. If Griffin come here, perfect. You know what I'm saying? But I think that, to me, that anywhere it is, we need another edge rusher behind Cam Jordan, though. Because like I said, we don't know what Davenport, his condition going to be like this year. But I'm saying you can bring him off the bench. You know what I'm saying? Instead as a starter, as a second defensive end, you know what I'm saying? But if you get, like I said, you get Griffin, let Davenport come off the bench. You know what I'm saying? And then that you're gonna get a healthy Davenport in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? That's what you want to do. But if Davenport not ready though, then like I said, they got other guys got to step up. And like I said, and they got to just bring the energy they got to bring. It got to be full strength. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, man, I just think that all the stuff that when I'm looking at my team, our team and everything, we got a good team though, bro. No question. And I think that on both sides, the offensive line, I hope the offensive line be more better than it was 2 years ago because it was awful last year. So I hope the offensive line will improve this year. You know what I'm saying? And I think we got all these damn weapons. We got all the weapons down on the offense with Ty Montgomery. You got Sanders. You got Jared Cook. You got Trotman, Josh Hill. You got Stevens. You got Taysom Hill. You got Kamara, Murray. I'm telling you, the offense is going to be the same. But if the offensive line can play more better, though, bro, they got to be more better up front. I'm telling you, because it was awful last year in the playoffs, though, against Minnesota. It was terrible. The offensive line got to get straight, though, bro. They got to get it straight. Because I'm tired of seeing Drew Brees getting sacked beaucoup times in the pocket. They got to contain Drew Brees, and they got to protect Drew Brees. They got to do it, though, bro, up front. The O-line got to do their job right, man. They got to get their job right and get things correct, though. On the defensive side, I ain't got to worry about the front seven. The front seven is going to do all it's going to do. Dominate. Stopping the run. Stopping the run. Stopping the run. Stopping the run. The secondary got to be more approved. Got to be better. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. So there got to be no issue going on, no problem pointing fingers at each other. Because we saw that last year when they pointed fingers there and they say, oh, that's your fault. No, it's your fault. No, it's all y'all fault. Y'all got to get yourselves tightened up in that secondary and that defense. Lattimore, all y'all got to get tightened up. And I'm serious, though, because I just hate when the secondary always concern problems, though, Q. And I get I get tired of it, though. When the secondary don't do their job, what they do? Screw up. They screw up and give all these big plays, not covering their guys, not handling their business, though. They secondary got to get themselves back. They supposed to be where they belong. If they can do that, though, then I'll be A-okay with that. But if not, it's going to be worse like it is, though, bro. And I'm just saying like this, Q. You know I am. I'm always going to be a diehard Saints fan. I cover my team all my life. I love my team. But I got to get this secondary, get this on board. If they get on board, bro, this year, man, ride that train, man, come on, bro. I can see the executive secondary that I want to look at, though. But I don't look at the secondary that's going to look terrible and look garbage.
I think they're gonna get it together. I think we're gonna add some more talent overall, Byron, and we're gonna be fine moving into it. And like you said a few minutes ago, they're gonna still add some more talent around, a few more veterans in the mix. Of course, one of the family members. Let me give a shout out to a few people in the chat. Jerry Poirier, good to see you, Jerry. Who that to you, my friend? Welcome into the chat. Adrian, what up, Adrian? Adrian in the building. Much love to Adrian. Daniel Williams, who that to you? Daniel, I see your family. Yes, we will. As far as fans in the stands, I have to agree with Crass on that. It'll probably be no fans in the stands, or if they do have fans, the original deal is, the NBA. I can tell you how the NFL gonna act. They're gonna make you sign a waiver wire or whatever happened is at your own discretion when you go up in there. And it's one of those type of deals. So I don't think it'll be fans in the stands, and if they are, it'll be a very minute number of them in the stands if they allow them at all. So remember, and this will be the season getting into the cold as well. So we'll see. Who that to you, Laurie, as well. Big ups to your Laurie. Steve Wynn, who that to you, Steve Wynn as well. Who that to the family joining. Jay Giggity, who that to you, Jay Giggity. Much love to you. All right, Byron McGee, go ahead, speak your mind, my brother, and then.
Yeah. I was just saying. I think we might have some fans though this year though, bro. When I heard from the commissioner, he was saying about, the fans gotta spray out in the stadium and everything, seat by seat. But I don't think they gotta sit too close and everything. So I think when I heard the commissioner was saying about the reaction about that, and I agree that when he was mentioning of it, but I think we might have some fans in the stadium for the season, but I think that when I heard about the tickets gonna be low this year because it's gonna be different because the price they had mentioned of, because it's not gonna be the same like it was all these years. So they changed the ticket price when you go to the home game and everything. When I heard about that part, but when I heard about the commission, he said they're gonna have fans in the stadium. That's why I mentioned about that. I think they might have some fans for the upcoming season though. That's why I want to mention on that though, because I know some people want to go to the game and everything more than people go to the championship square and everything, and watch the game and everything. But I think that if you're going to the Superdome, and everything. I think that's more than everybody want to, the goal for the game and everything. So I don't think that we're not gonna say we're not gonna have no fans though, but I think to me we might have some though. But that's what I heard from the commissioner when he mentioned about that a couple months ago, and he had discussed about that and everything. So I don't want to think that they ain't gonna have no fans at all, period though. But I think we might have some though, in sense. So. But like I said, I think that we're gonna have a good year though. I'm looking forward to the season though. I'm ready to get myself going, for football and everything. Like I said, we always cover our team like we do every week and everything. We talk about Saints and everything. That's how we do. We're a diehard Saints fan. We're black and gold and everything for life. We roll with our boys and everything. Well, I just like I said, when I said about the secondary got to get itself together. I think that the defense going to be way more better. They're going to be like it was last year, the year before. I think we still got to make some moves. We're not finished quite yet, though. We're still going to make some more signing and everything for training camp in the next, 3 weeks and everything. Like I said, I hope we get Griffin, though, instead of Clowney. But if not, we get Clowney, though. That'd be good, though. But I just think that, we still going to get more guys that we can sign on our team, though. Like I say, we got Logan Ryan sit out there. The corner, we get another corner behind Lattimore and Jay Rabbit. That'd be good. I don't think we need probably another tackle on the offensive line or something like that. Probably maybe get some move on that too. We've already got the receivers, Sanders, Thomas, Traquan. I don't know if Traquan gonna make this team or what, though. He's on the bubble. I mentioned about that before. He got to step up, or else he's gonna be replaced and everything. So we still got more depth, though, bruh. The time is not over yet, though. But we still got some moves. We're gonna make some moves next couple of weeks. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna know who's gonna be the guys that we're gonna sign, though. And I'm looking forward to guys that's gonna make a team for us, though. And I know that we're gonna make a huge killing, though, but I think that's it. We're going to be perfect, and we're going to be outstanding, though, and we're going to make all this thing, dream come true and everything. So I'm ready for this, and I hope that we get the guys. I hope we get Griffin. I'm ready for season begin. I'm ready for another run. I hope we get another damn Super Bowl, bro, because we need definitely a Super Bowl contender. Believe that. And I think that we're going to get a championship in Tampa, Florida. Believe that. And we're going to crown as a Super Bowl champion. And we're going to take this thing all the way, and we're going to come right back to hometown New Orleans, bro. So let's get this thing cracking and get this thing cracking.
Get it cracking. Thank you, Byron. I appreciate the call, brother, and dropping it on the nation, my friend. Who that to you, and be safe out there, my friend.
Thank you, too. Who that to you, Big Q.
All right, my brother, later. That's Byron dropping it on us. Appreciate Byron chiming in, man, and sharing his thoughts with the Great Saint Think Tank. Live lines open, family. 504, just before I can get it out, somebody call it. Who that, family? Thank you for calling the Sports Coma. Who's on the line?
What up, man? It's 985 Live, bro.
What's up, 985 Live? What's happening, baby?
I'm chilling, man. I'm at work, bro. I'm out here trying to get this money, man,
Say, bro, that's good. That's great. That great talk, right, bro? Get as much as they gonna give you, brother.
Exactly. Get it while I can,
There you go.
Ain't promised.
There you go. What'd you think about the Saint talk tonight? What's on your Saints brain, bro?
Man, I was just listening to Byron, talk or whatever. I mean, I agree with some of the stuff he was saying, Only thing I don't agree with is the Taysom Hill thing. I don't think Taysom Hill gonna be our future quarterback.
Okay.
I think the Saints probably try to work out something with Jameis Winston. I think they'll be crazy to allow him to walk, out the building or whatever, without trying to offer him a contract or whatever. I mean, he's a young guy. He got potential, I mean, he can sit behind Drew, learn from Drew or whatever, and put that, put what he done learned or whatever to action,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's what I think, because I mean, honestly, I like Taysom Hill as a tight end. I think of him as a tight end or whatever, even though you can move him around or whatever and put him in different spots or whatever. But I mean, he got the build and he faster than your normal tight end or whatever. But he'll put that pop on you if you come, you try to hit him or whatever. If you're too small, he'll lay you out, because he's a big guy or whatever. So, I think that's why the Saints paid him that money or whatever, because they weren't just looking at him as a quarterback. They were trying to pay him because of his role,
Right. So so let me ask you this: 985 Live. Who do you see, bro? Who do you see as the if you don't agree with the Taysom Hill, who do you see as the quarterback of the future for the Saints, in your opinion?
I mean, I would be willing for us to give Jameis Winston a shot. You know, I mean, I know he's like, you know, you look at his pedigree or whatever, what he's been through and stuff like that, man. I think, you know, if they give him a shot like they did Teddy Bridgewater, you know what I'm saying? I think he'll turn around and he'll be a better quarterback or whatever under Sean Payton. Because I mean, you look at Bruce Arians and his system or whatever, all his quarterbacks, they all had to air the ball out. So that's going to cause for you to get more interceptions, you know, when you airing the ball out like that, you know. But under our system or whatever, you know, we got a West Coast system, but, you know, we air the ball out when the play's there. You know, we're not just chunking it out there just because, you know, you see a guy open and then, you know, you just throw the ball out there, hopefully he'll catch you.
Right.
You know, so I mean, I think Jameis Winston got a shot over Taysom, you know, because he has that pedigree. He already done played. You know, he know how to play as a quarterback or whatever. I mean, Taysom haven't really put a lot on film when he came to the NFL. You know, I mean, I like his explosive play, and you know how, like you always say on the show or whatever, like how he when he hits somebody or whatever, like he don't get in their face, but he'll jump up like a little, you know, like you said the other day, like a little jackrabbit, you know, jumping around. You know,
he do it
like,
too.
Man,
yeah, that's what.
Like,
yeah,
whoa,
right. I love that about him.
Like Ric Flair on WWE and stuff. You know,
yeah, he excited about the contact. That's what that is. He crazy.
Yeah,
he excited about the contact because he ain't talking no mess to him. Notice he don't get in their face unless they get in his face. Then he'll say something. But he don't. He ain't that. That's why I like his game, man.
Right. Yeah, I like it, man. You know. I think, man, you know, you put him and Jameis Winston together, bro. I mean, I think, and he can still probably come in and do those little, you know what I'm saying, little flea flicker plays and, you know, little maybe run read pass options, you know, stuff like that or whatever. If Sean Payton want to do that, you know what I'm saying, or let him line up as a tight end or whatever, you know. But I think, you know, to me, I think he'll do better playing as a tight end or whatever in our system. You know, even though, you know, they like moving him around or whatever. But I think Jameis Winston probably had a better chance of being quarterback than he do.
Do you perceive that possibly that was something that New Orleans was thinking when they originally signed Jameis? Because it was kind of ironic to me that I was thinking that it was signed more of a experienced veteran quarterback. Somebody that was in their 30s, perhaps, that can come along, you know, not somebody that you would see as competition with Taysom as more as just a security option. But they had signed Jameis Winston. He's 26 years old. He's in the middle of his prime. It's 5 years of pro football and a high degree of college football coming out of Florida State. This guy had been starting for a very long time, got a lot of snaps under his belt. So he's a very dangerous competitor against Taysom Hill in terms of, you know, being the position holder for the heir apparent behind Drew Brees. To be honest with you, I take whatever Sean Payton said with a grain of salt when it come down to the position, the quarterback, because he hadn't earned my trust in that regard in terms of playing the position straight up. And what I mean is that he has had some very disagreeable actions, in my opinion, behind the quarterback position. And I lay them out all the time. Some people might have not heard it before. Say, what you mean, Q? I mean, several situations that occurred this past offseason, how he handled the quarterback situation was wrong. He came out and alienated Teddy Bridgewater by just naming Taysom Hill as the starter off the bat. You don't name people starters. You let them compete and win the football on the field and see if they can earn a job. You didn't have to do that. But he was trying to, I guess, tell Taysom he wanted Taysom to be the man and to stick near. But instead, I mean, he begged Drew back, went and begged Drew back. Drew took a couple of weeks or so off to decide on what he was going to do before he ultimately said, yeah, I'll come back. But then right before he said I was going to sign, we won't sign Taysom Hill before the season starts. Taysom Hill didn't get signed until well into the free agency, and then prior to him getting signed, he didn't end around back to Teddy Bridgewater to try to get Teddy Bridgewater to come back and be the quarterback. Teddy rebuffed him and went to Carolina. So, and I said as much. Because that's people. They football players, but we still people, and people got egos. You can't treat nobody like that, expect them to play with you. He gave you a break when he came here. The second year after they traded for him, Teddy Bridgewater gave him a cut and pay to back up the man because Peyton told him, hey, you're going to be the starter next year when Drew sit down. But what happened? Right. Drew didn't sit down. Right. Drew sat down, and you said, come on back, Drew, please. Baby, come back. I sung that yesterday. Come on back, baby. Breezy, come back. Listen, Breezy, you can blame it all on me. I was wrong. That's what Sean Payton was on the line saying, Breezy, come back. And Breezy came back. And then Teddy said, you want Breezy? You can't have me. And Teddy went to Carolina. Jameis came here. And now we got a strange little situation happening with the quarterback position. But go ahead, 985, bro.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. You know, like I said, I hated how they did Teddy. You know, I mean, overall, you know, I think Teddy, you know, Winston is a better quarterback than Teddy, you know, overall. But, you know, just as far as what you're saying, like, you know, just how you treated the man, you should have just been up front with him. Hey, man, we're going to move in a different direction or whatever. You know, if that's the case, you know.
Right.
But you stringing them along, but you know how that go though. They string them along till they get what they want, and then they let them go. You know, it's like
why
like
do that?
Girlfriend.
Yeah, but why? But why you being a dirty player? Why you got to do that?
I don't know.
You know, you don't have to tell it to you. If you had Taysom restricted, he couldn't go nowhere. You put a first round tender on him, securing that he wasn't going nowhere. Right. That instilled that he wasn't going nowhere. Perhaps somebody would have thought about it if you gave him a second round tender. It's like, man, we'll do that. We like this guy. We can use him that way. But a first round tender, people say absolutely no, absolutely not. So, and then you didn't sign him until much later in the process. You ultimately paid him, but you paid him $16 million not because he's a quarterback, but because he's a utility player. So his value is not at the QB unless they'll do a designated situation where he'll be the designated deep ball thrower. You know, he going to play mostly a lot of running back, wide receiver, tight end. Do you want to talk about slot weapons? Slot weapons is Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill is your slot wide receiver. He loves the contact. He initiate contact. He jump up and down like a jackrabbit when somebody run into him. He's absolutely out of his mind, and I love it. And Taysom Hill is definitely a weapon that the Saints are. I'm glad that they have, man. And crazy enough, 985 Live, his contract, like I said before, is the same contract Emmanuel Sanders has without the step increases. It can earn him up to $19 million for Emmanuel, but you take that away, it's $16 million, the same they paid to Taysom.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because I mean, you look at the slot position or whatever, you have to be tough. So you're going across the middle, linebacker, safety gonna hit you. So you know you're going to get hit or whatever. And I think, you know, I mean, we seen Traquan take a lick last year or whatever, like, but I mean, how many times we seen him take a lick or he dropped the ball before the dude get there, you know? So like you said, I mean, you know, Taysom Hill running their slot option, you know, tight end, whatever, you know, but I mean, he got the speed, so he burning anybody that's lining up against him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, his speed's shocking.
That's what make him so deadly, you know? Mm-hmm. Cause he's not like your normal. He's not your normal slot guy. You know, your normal slot guy not running that fast. You know, so nobody can't line up against him on cornerbacks because they not putting a fast cornerback on him because the outside is covered. You know, they trying to go against the two best guys you got on the outside. Taysom Hill running dang on circles around your dude on that's playing your slot because he's faster. You know, so Sean Payton know that. He like, yeah, you're not gonna. I'm gonna put him out here. I know you're not gonna be able to stop him. So I'm going to just throw him out here, and he can catch, and he can run, you know. So, I mean, he's just basically doing whatever, you know, basically just doing whatever they want him to do just to get their money, you know, which I don't blame him. I mean, he's saying he want to be a quarterback. I think he kind of selling himself as a quarterback or whatever, but at some point, you got to wake up and look in the mirror like, bro, I'm probably not going to be no quarterback, you know, if I stay with the water.
Right. Well, I mean,
know what I'm
he
saying?
he got a chance at anything next year. To be honest with you, 985 lobby. He is and it'll be in the second year of that $16 million deal. And if Drew does what he said he was going to do, which is vacate, then it leaves open for Winston. And a lot of people, and Kraft says y'all sleeping on Jameis. I'm not sleeping. I think Jameis is definitely a threat for the position. A lot of people are definitely sleeping and disrespecting Jameis Winston because they don't see him as a viable quarterback. A lot of Saint Black and Gold people shudder to think Jameis Winston as their future apparent quarterback. That creates a really uncomfortable feeling. And a lot of the Saints people, because he's the opposite of his mentality is not what you want. His Tampa Bay mentality. Can't hold that over his head. He's in New Orleans. Let's see what he do as a New Orleans Saint. We've seen quarterbacks take that step here. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, because look at him. I mean, put Drew in the Benil system. You know what I'm saying? With what he had last year in that line. You know, Jameis had 45 sacks or whatever. If Drew couldn't even handle the sacks when he got up in the playoffs, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. He looked like an average quarterback. I mean, so put him in that system or whatever, and you see how Drew thrives. You know what I'm saying? I think Drew he won't be as good. You know what I'm saying? Like, he'll be able to read the defense and move people around. You know what I'm saying? Like Eli Manning and stuff. But I think that his play or whatever wouldn't be the same. But I think, man, you put Jameis Winston, he basically, if he come here and they sign him and he plays for us or whatever, he basically in a win-win situation. You got an offensive, you know what I'm saying, good offensive play caller, head coach, you know, because, I mean, the most of the guys that he was with, you know, he had like Dirk Sutter, you know, that's a defensive coordinator, you know, but, I mean, guys like, you know, Arians or whatever, like, okay, offensive guy. But, I mean, at the end of the day, like, you know, you got Sean Payton or whatever, all these offensive guys, these, what you say, gurus or whatever they want to call themselves. You know, I mean, just designing plays for him personally. Look at how they did Teddy Bridgewater. Teddy Bridgewater came in when he played the Rams game. He tried to do them plays that Drew was doing. He couldn't do it. The offensive line was giving up sacks and stuff because they were holding the ball too long. So once they figured out a plan for him that fit him or whatever, when he came in, he looked like a totally different quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, he was scared at first, like he wouldn't release the ball. Like, release the ball, Teddy, throw the ball, you know? But, I mean, when he started getting a little comfortable, you can see, like, the plays or whatever they were designing for him, it started to click for him, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I just feel like Jameis Winston would be crazy if he walked away from New Orleans because you got a good defense, and you got a good offense, and you got good players around you. Because, I mean, all we're going to keep doing is building. You know what I'm saying? When we got robbed with the bounty gate, that killed everything. You know, they killed our draft picks. We couldn't replenish our teams. Our team had got older. We couldn't replenish our players and stuff. So I think now we're in a better situation or whatever, you know, to keep replenishing our team or whatever and making good draft picks, you know, hitting on guys that, you know, free agents or whatever. So I think that's going to help keep us and propel us in the future, whatever, you know. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, Winston got an arm and stuff, man. He just got to work on that mentality, you know, about throwing the ball in double coverage, throwing the ball. Because you look at some of the plays, I look at some of the plays that Jameis had or whatever. Some of them plays wasn't even his fault. Like, you know, I remember the game when they played against us when we got that pick, when DeMario caught that pick off his the tight end or whatever. The dude was juggling the ball around his backside. You know what I'm saying? Then the ball just come out. So, you know, I say some of the plays, some of the interceptions or whatever wasn't on him, you know. And, I mean, I was looking at an article or whatever. They were talking about Jameis Winston was hurt at the end of the last year. You know what I'm saying? So he played hurt and injured, you know, through the last couple games or whatever. That's when he got the rest of his picks or whatever. I think he had through, like, you know, 10 or 12 interceptions or whatever through that time, you know. So, I mean, like I said, man, I say give the man a chance, you know. I mean, we gave a lot of other quarterbacks that came here, you know, chances or whatever. I mean, Drew basically been holding their spot, so they couldn't really do much. But, I mean, I think he have a better opportunity if he come play with us, though, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's correctable. He also spoke about the fact that he got married. and the fact that he also had eye surgery. What was it? Corrective LASIK surgery, which means that he actually said behind it, now I can see. So what was you doing prior to that? So I mean, this is, and plus the idea of taking less money to play for the Saints, the 1.1 that he signed, he could have got double that, more than double that from another team, and he decided to come here because he had a conversation. I've said this before, that he had a conversation with Teddy Bridgewater, and Teddy Bridgewater said you need to go to New Orleans that'll get you right. It helped me out, and look where I'm at. I was a guy nobody wanted, backing up, and now I come down here in New Orleans, win 5 games, and now I'm running a team by myself for $60+ million, 3 years with Carolina. That Saints did that for me. So Jameis is looking at a similar resurrection, a resurgence, or not resurrection insofar as he's dead, but I say a rejuvenation to be more of a consistent and more of a sounder, a word to use there. So a rejuvenation of his abilities, and his career in New Orleans is definitely something that I see as can happen. Who that to can't guard Juice? Who that JT can't guard Juice? And who I got there? Chemo Slice, Ricky Lee. Who that's all the Black Gold family joining in. Daniel Williams as well. Big ups to you. I see you, fam. Thanks for that question, Daniel. Please hit the like button, family, as well. Go ahead, 985. Sorry to interrupt you, brother.
Oh, you good, man? Hey, yeah, man. Hey, and I stick in the notion on Griffin, man. I mean, we've been talking about it for the last couple of weeks or whatever through the chat. I'm big on him. Then Clowney and maybe Golden or somebody else or whatever, man. But man, this just my honest opinion or whatever, And it's probably like a lot of the fam or whatever opinion as well. I think they trying to see. What I'm saying, what this COVID situation gonna be, how the season gonna be, and 2, what Clowney gonna do or whatever. Because if the Saints high on him, if they can't get him, they gonna go to the next best thing. Like when Mark Ingram them turned their money down, they already had somebody they were ready to call. So the Saints already be like, okay, I already got my next guy or whatever. So if you don't take this off or whatever, you go with somebody else. All right, cool. I'm gonna do my thing. You're not going to stop what I'm doing. So I think they, just waiting to see what Clowney going to do, before they actually sign somebody. That's just my opinion on it, man. But I ain't going to hold the phone line up, man. I just wanted to call in, man. I haven't called in a while, but I'm always in the chat, man, trying to, learn a little something. I definitely appreciate it, man. Big Q, man. Y'all have a blessed night, man. I'm going to head on down this road, bro.
Well, you be safe on that road, my brother, and who that to you?
All right, man.
Later. Peace. That's 985 Live. Appreciate the brother chiming in as well as and he has great points there. I appreciate Byron at 985 Live dropping the knowledge on the great Saint thing on Saints Wednesday. Who that to you, Uncle Paulie? Uncle Paulie chiming in the live stream and chat. Good to see you in the chat, Uncle Paulie. Who that to you as well. So yes, a lot of great sentiments from the great Saint think tank. A lot of different elements to the whole deal, dealing with the Jameis Winston, and which is a firestorm because really that was a very good low key signing that a lot of people don't talk about. And there's several really good low key signings that the Saints did this offseason that really you won't talk about until the games are played. And of course, we dealing with a lot of the uncertainty dealing around the pandemic and all this stuff. And the NFL is releasing incrementally measures of testing measures. And now you see about seating capacity covering up the first 8 rows of seats around the field. And then, of course, there was a report from the Baltimore Ravens that their seating capacity in their stadium is 14,000 people. Okay. I think their stadium sits, about 60,000 people, 50, 60,000 up there in Baltimore. But now it's a seating capacity is down to 14,000. So just to let you know, that's a new report that came out. You can feel free to hit NFL.com for that one. Also, Mark Ingram said that we need to play, but play in the right environment. So that's also something to take account of anyway. But thank you for calling the Sports Coma family. Who's on the line?
What's going on, Q?
What's going on, brother Paul? What's going on?
Man,
We got Brother Paul and the Iceman.
Man, I was cutting it close there.
Yeah, y'all both was y'all was right to the wire there. We got Brother Paul on, and then we got the Iceman on. Iceman, just hold on just a second. My brother gonna get Uncle Paul in there, and then y'all could do, or y'all can, if you, I know you can hear each other, y'all probably can kind of I guess be patient with each other and just kind of wait until one guy gets it started. Uncle Paul, what's going on with you tonight, my friend?
I'm doing good, Q. I'm doing cute. Listen, man, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I had to get in on this one. The Saints quarterback position, Q. With all jokes aside and for real talk, it's still bothering me. And the reason it's bothering me is because Jameis Winston is not proved to be a consistent winner. Being a quarterback, it ain't so much what you know how to do. It's about, like I said, Mora used to kill me with all that practice guy. He do this in practice and then get in a game and get in crunch time and just couldn't come through. He just haven't proved that he's been able to win consistently. I get it. Tampa Bay, they didn't have, the line and didn't have the system or whatever to really, play to his strength like we did at Bridgewater. But he's got an opportunity now. But like I say, he just hasn't shown me it, Q. If I'm wrong, let me know. What you think?
Well, I mean, that's two different thought processes on it. A lot of people saying that you hadn't seen the best of Jameis Winston simply because the Tampa Bay Buccaneers offensive line had not offensive line, but team offensively speaking has so much it just has so much disharmony and no rhythm. It didn't have any stability, changing of head coaches, changing of offensive coordinators. It had so many different moving parts that it was a lot of instability. And under that instability, Jameis didn't thrive like he could have thrived in a stable system. What the thought process that I would ask, to be fair, of people who are Jameis Winston believers is or disbelievers rather, is what would Jameis Winston look like in a stable offensive set with a good offensive line, with a running game and wide receivers to throw to like Drew Brees had in his tenure with New Orleans? What would he look like then with that stability over that prolonged period of time? He would have been absolutely levels above where he is now. The locker room is different than what Tampa Bay is offering him there. The situation would have been different, in my opinion, because they would have been able to mature him correctly, and he would have been a different type of quarterback there in Florida. That's his home, where he's from, and he was immature there, and it's a difference. But he would have, in my opinion, would have been a different quarterback here. So I think we have to be careful and not to judge the Tampa Bay version of Jameis Winston, which situation was totally different than what he'll get in New Orleans. He'll get a stable offensive line. He'll get a running game. He'll have solid wide receivers. Not saying he didn't have those wide receivers there, but the team wasn't as balanced as it could have been from a schematic standpoint as well. You could have all those weapons, and he had good, decent running backs out there. The systems just didn't use them effectively to help the quarterback out. Pressure was put upon him. I think it was a number of issues. Now, Jameis had a lot of craziness that happened all field, and that falls on him. But I think this stage, you're getting a guy in the middle of his career who's looking for rejuvenation, who's looking for the key to climb to the next level. And I think he's definitely a dangerous option to have against Taysom Hill as a quarterback. He has Taysom beat as far as quarterback everything. I mean, he could throw the ball. Everything what you want a quarterback to do, Jameis can do it all. His issue is he got a little bit of that gunslinger mentality. He does make questionable decisions at times, and that has to deal with coaching. And we have the best coaches in the NFL. I'm just going to keep it real. Offensively, Dan Rushaw and all these guys on offensive line, Campbell, wide receivers, coach, what's his name? Oh man, forgot the wide receiver coach name. I just had it, just lost it. But y'all know Curtis. But but it's
Johnson still there. I didn't know he was still there. Q.
Curtis,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Johnson's still there. I mean, he came back after he came back after he left the job from Tulane. So I mean, it's go ahead. What you said, Paul?
No, I wasn't aware. I thought he was assistant on another pro team.
No,
I
I
wasn't
think
even aware of that.
yeah,
Okay.
we have better coaches all around than what Tampa Bay have in stability, and I think that helps out big time when you can add that to Jameis Winston. So I think Sean Payton, I thought he would add a different type of. I thought he would add a different QB, but going out and get Jameis, man, I said, man, it's gonna be fun next year if Drew decides to leave. So we'll see how it goes. That's my mentality on it.
Dude, you got. Look, I'm telling you, Q. If I was Sean Payton, Pete Carmichael, I'd be working with the kid Stevenson, because, like you say, the future is not locked at quarterback right now. I mean, nobody else may say it, but I will. It's not a lock on that. We don't know if it's going to be Steven. We don't know if it's going to be Winston. We don't know if we're going to have to draft another quarterback in next year's draft. So it's like Sean Payton got us out of a hole. When Drew Brees' contract was up and healed and Bridgewater, and then he kind of got us out, but then it's only good for another year. We're going to have to go through this again. So I just really question his thinking on that, because he had to know that eventually he was going to have to bring a new quarterback for the Black and Gold. I don't know why he wasn't thinking that far ahead.
Right. Well, I mean, Stevens is a guy most people see as a Taysom Hill clone. So, I mean, and that's what Sean Payton's rationale was when he signed, because people were like, why are you taking this quarterback who is not a very good college quarterback? Well, he was looking at his athletic ability and the fact that he could see him playing in a multitude of different positions for the team. And that's understandable, because he loves what Taysom Hill brings and the mismatches that he is. Like, the Great Saint Think Tank is absolutely right. Taysom surprises a lot of people. How fast he is when he's guarding against the third best cornerback or a nickel or whatever, and he's out there. He usually running faster than the nickel backs that he's guarding, and then on top of that, he's a physical guy. That's what a slot receiver is supposed to look like. He's fast and he's not afraid to run across that middle, and it really wakes up a lot of people that this guy loves running into you. He loves making difficult catches, and then you can't tackle him around his shoulders. He'll drag your ass and throw you off. You keep running, and then start jackrabbit bouncing in the end zone. So I mean, he's a phenomenal talent, no matter how you slice it. But as far as the quarterback is concerned, 13 passes last year for Taysom Hill, and I'm not batting down my Taysom Hill supporters. I'm just saying that as far as the quarterback is concerned, Jameis Winston presents a very dangerous blockage to him becoming the starting quarterback. Jameis has all the experience. He has all of the skill set. His issue is between the ears. And I think that's pretty much what it is. Well, I mean, this is the locker room for him, though.
Mike Buck and Billy Joe Hobart and all of them between the ears just couldn't get it done.
Yeah, but those dudes,
field,
but Uncle Paul, them dudes there were those were backup quarterbacks with limited potential. Billy Joe Hobart would hurt himself going and get water from the cooler. Yeah, if I remember how he got hurt in that game. He got tackled by a phantom linebacker. Remember that? Tore his ACL. You remember that? He tore his ACL himself. Look it up. You think I'm kidding? I know all this same stuff. I'm telling y'all. He got hurt by a phantom linebacker. Nobody touched that man. He was throwing a deep ball. He stood back, and then in a phantom linebacker tackled him, and he got hurt for the season. He was done. I'm like, what happened? How do you get hurt?
Footsteps.
Like, man, this is ridiculous. But that was the Mike Dick era. That's why I try to expunge it out of my memory. But Billy Joe Hobart, Billy Joe Tolliver, those guys were third stringers at best. And Jameis Winston is a first round a stud. He came out highly regarded. He has all of the tools. He has the ability to play the position. His issue is learning the correct pro way of doing it. You have a leadership in Drew Brees, who could teach him that on the field. He has a good relationship with Drew. Sean Payton could teach him that in the locker room. So could Pete Carmichael. Also Lombardi. So there are a number of different people who can get in his ear and teach him the Saints way of playing football, not the stinking rotten Tampa Bay Buccaneers way of playing football, but the Saints way.
He wasn't listening to Leftwich Q. He wouldn't listen to Byron Leftwich.
He's way better than. Why would I listen to Byron Leftwich? What the hell he ever did? Right? What the hell you ever did, Byron Leftwich? You know what I'm saying? I'm Jameis Winston. What the hell you gonna try to teach me? It's different when you get in. I'll tell you what, it's different when you get an instruction from Drew Brees than you get from Byron Leftwich. It's different. It's a lot different. It's a lot different. You got your eyes and ears open listening to Drew Brees over Byron Leftwich. No disrespect to Byron Leftwich, but there's no comparison from a football perspective when you listening to Drew. And Drew's a good teacher of football. That's another thing. He knows, and then he shares his resources with players. That's how Teddy Bridgewater got better. That's why Taysom Hill, who was repetitively hurt all the time, he said this in multiple interviews, said Drew Brees is the reason why I'm the man I am today. Drew taught me about the quarterback position. He shared his resources with me. What was his resources? His trainers, his menu, his exercise regimen, his mindset. He shared that with him, and look what Taysom Hill became. A third-string backup who now is $16 million quarterback for the Saints, and he don't even play quarterback.
That's true, Q.
So, and look what he did for Teddy Bridgewater just made, Brother Paul. Look what he did. Look how he helped Teddy Bridgewater. Drew Brees had a lot to do with Teddy Bridgewater's besides the 5 games that he was all fuming when Teddy Bridgewater was doing his 5-0 thing. But prior to that, he had a lot to help him develop and groom into that 5-0 quarterback during that regular season. Ultimately earned a new contract with Carolina for 62 or 63 million for 3 years or whatever the hell it is. But nobody's seen that coming for Teddy Bridgewater. You see what I'm saying?
I go out on ledge and say this. Even though Jameis got his issues between the ears, he's going to have a better shake of it than Bridgewater. Because you got to understand, Q, back starting is a whole lot different from being a backup. And when you're out there, you're the guy week in and week out, practice in and practice out, and you got to do it, we're going to really find out what Teddy Bridgewater made up this season. Watch.
We're going to definitely see that, and hopefully he holds the ball like he did for New Orleans many times so we can get to him and tackle him and sack him. Hopefully he holds the ball when he plays us and gets a little shell shock. Anywhere else, I want him to sling it and have good success. But when it comes down to the two times that he plays the Saints, I want us to make sure he holds the ball so we can get to him.
Well, yeah, Q. But the number one beat Tom Brady, Tampa Bay, and Gronkowski. You got to do that, Q. I'm like, if we lose that first game, it's gonna be like stumbling out the gate. We got to win that. I don't care if it has to go to overtime. The Saints got to come out on top. I just can't see no other way, Q.
I agree. I think that's the only way.
You got to get that revenge on Brady. You just got to, man.
You got to get revenge on a lot of people. You got to pay Minnesota back. Got to pay San Francisco back. And we got to make sure we bring the pain to this $500 million quarterback. We got to bring the pain to him. He became a major target when he signed that $500 million contract, which I'm still shell shocked over that. I'm still shell shocked that we crazy enough as a civilization to pay a football player $500 million to do what, man? I mean, who came up with that? Who is his agent? Whoever Mahomes' agent is, every football player, basketball player in the world need to sign up with that goddamn agent. Whoever that dude is. You can't tell me that was Kansas City idea to do that. Hey, Mahomes, we got a great idea. We're going to give you $500 million. So what you say about that? Well, you're right. Come on, man.
Jim Finks would be rolling over in his grave.
Man, Jim Finks.
Like, what the world?
Oh, they'll resurrect Jim Finks, and then you have a heart attack, go back where he come from. You would never believe that. You'd be like, oh, you crazy.
Oh, be to wreck this pickup truck. What? Don't say what?
Like, what?
Ain't no way, Q, now. I know he took Kansas City to win a Super Bowl, but you know what, Q? For that kind of money, he going to have to win 3 or 4 more Super Bowls. What you think?
And he gonna definitely contend, man. It'll be between him and Baltimore. Baltimore is a serious challenge in the AFC, so you gotta look out for them.
I think it's gonna be the 2 battles for the next couple of years.
That's the 2 you gotta look out for, and they got a few other dimensions that'll be coming up. They're not totally all together offensively and defensively per se, but the 2 really young teams that's arising and ascending in the AFC at the same time is definitely everybody's favorite Kansas City and the not too favorite Baltimore team, which will have every call to go at Mahomes because Holmes is now laned across the board as the number 1 quarterback in the NFL. He got
got a big target on his back.
He got a big target. They gonna tear him up. He gonna take the majority of 30-40% of that $500 million to patch him up really good because they coming for him. They gonna tear him up.
You better put some money in that offensive line. He better pay some of his linemen, Q. I'm telling you, because he gonna need it, brother. He gonna need it. But before I let you go, Q, who you think the top 3 teams in the NFC gonna be this year?
I got us up there because we loaded. Not to be biased, but I think the Saints are a top team because of the experience and the several other factors I think it takes to be a top team in the league. The Saints can do it all. Behind them, a tough team behind them, I have to say, I'm not going to even say Tampa Bay. I still have to put up the San Francisco 49ers. But it'll be interesting to see how the 49ers will look because they have injuries are starting to mount. Deebo Samuels, he got hurt not too long ago, and he one of their top wide receiver threats. Now they have Raheem Mostert, who is in my opinion, their best back. Not, Tevin Coleman got the money, but really is Mostert who is the dude that makes it go. They traded Matt Breida. They traded him away to the Dolphins. So they basically got undrafted rookies.
That preseason gonna help a lot too. To me, I mean, interrupt.
Yeah. No, you're right. But I think it's like they go back to being college. It's like when you do the college people need preseason to get their team ready? No, they have scrimmages. And then they jump right into the regular season. College doesn't have preseasons. They scrimmage and then they get right to the big game. And I was like, preseason is nonsense to me. And people say we use it to look for talent. I thought that's what training camps were for. You looking for training. You're looking for talent in training camps. That's why you have several different training camps. Why do you need to do all of this? Well, they need to get acclimated to the lights. Come on, they ain't do that. They don't do that in college. And college turn out a way better product than the NFL do. Them kids don't get paid nothing and they playing for the love.
That's less throws he got to be doing now.
Very true. And truth be told, man, who cares? If you look at the undrafted guys over the years, remember what happened last year? We did all this coverage, and I covered it like hell. The preseason and the mini camps last year, and then ultimately what happened? Drew Brees didn't play, but one series in the play of the whole entire preseason. And then when the season started, the team took a month, and I said, listen, it's going to take the Saints 3 weeks to a month to get back to regular season football. And I was like, what's the purpose of the preseason? If you're supposed to use some of the preseason games to get warmed up for the regular season, but they don't do that. They're scared to get the players hurt. So what they do is they just say, you know what? We ain't going to play most of y'all. We're just going to play you a few snaps here and there. And then the rest of y'all, we're going to play the young people. And then when the regular season play, we're going to play you for real. And then you take a whole month, 3 weeks to a month of very unbalanced football before you see them start kicking in that 4th week and into the 2nd month. They use the first month of the regular season as a preseason. Look at it. You see how all the teams, all the interceptions, the quarterbacks be throwing, the fumbles and all that. The stars they sitting on their ass the whole preseason. Who want to watch that? Now I'm interested how the rookies look, but look, I'm a college man. The colleges don't do it like that. The colleges don't have no preseason. They scrimmage and then they get down to business. Now, of course, they had the little games in there that could be considered preseason type games when they go and play the third division team. And they the number one, they beat the hell out of the team 56-10. I get you on that. But still in all, man, you get the idea of what I'm saying here. But the San Francisco 49ers is still up there among other teams.
Money, though. Yeah. And the Rams, don't count the Rams out. I think the Rams going to be making a
I think the NFC West, the entire NFC West is going to be dangerous. I'm just going to keep an eye with you. Going to be tough.
It's going to be on and popping. But yeah, man, I'm just like I said, we just had that quarterback, position more locked, that's going to be the guy. That's the heir apparent. That's it. But like I said, I ain't knocking Jameis. But like I said,
now give Jameis a shot.
I hope Breeze don't go down this year. Because he got to go there and play. It can't be fumbling, can't be stumbling. You got to hit the door hot.
No, I think Jameis is gonna be fine. I think Jameis you're gonna see a serious Jameis Winston in this one here, a real serious Jameis Winston this season, because he got to be ready to play. If something
work out, he only has 1 year to prove himself anyway.
Right. But I'm saying too is like unlike any previous year, what if something happens that remove our quarterback for a month? He would have to be ready to play. So he got to be ready. So he got to be ready to prove himself. This is a serious year for a lot of people, including Jameis Winston.
Well, I'm looking forward to it, Q. Like I said, I just want to start off the game hot. We got to win, beat Tampa Bay. I already got it marked on my schedule. That's the first one we got to get, man.
No doubt about it.
All right, Q. Thank you, man.
Appreciate you, brother Paul. You be safe out there, my friend.
All right, you too. Who that now?
Who that? All right, Iceman. You know the Iceman done clicked off. All right, Iceman, the line open, bro. You clicked off right when the line cleared up, brother. The live line's open 504-475-4482, 504-475-4482, 504-475-4482. Call now, get a free skillet and a couple of Ginsu knives. 504-475-4482, 504-475-4482. Live lines are open. I remember Ginsu knives of old night. Try to I bet you y'all got a couple of Ginsus at home. Breeze Huts, who that to you, Breeze? Good to see you in the chat. Joe Gidry. What up, Joe? Good to see your family. Who that to you, fam? Good to see you in the chat as well. Much love to you and Yearn on this chat. I think I seen somebody else here too. I wanted to give him a shout out. Kenny Sutton. Who that to you, Kenny? Good to see you, fam. Much love to you, fam. Welcome to the live stream as well. I had to tell Brother Paul, and I agree with him. A lot of people don't believe in Jameis Winston because we still viewing Jameis Winston as Tampa Bay Jameis Winston. We got to get a man a shot. All right, family. Hold on here. All right, hold on. We got a call here. All right, family. All right, hold on here. Okay, hold on. Oh, it froze on him. It froze on me, family. Whoever it was, call back. Call back. It froze on me. Just recall back, and I'll get you in there, family. I might be the Iceman, man. The Iceman dropped off. All right. Thank you for calling, family. Who on the line?
Yo, brother DJ.
DJ, what up, DJ?
Yeah, I haven't called you in a minute. What's going on?
Good, my man. How you feeling, bro?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing?
I can't complain, DJ. I'm doing good, bro. I'm up here talking about the Saints on a Wednesday, brother, in front of the family. Man, it's all gravy, baby.
I got a question. So I've been in here listening to the few calls that I've been listening to.
Mm-hmm.
What are we going to do with Tommy Stevens then, since everybody's talking about quarterback?
Tommy Stevens is I don't think Sean Payton views him as a serious quarterback option. Perhaps a utility person. I think he sees his value like a Taysom Hill to use him in different phases throughout the game, as special teams, on the offense as a tight end, wide receiver. I've seen they're thinking about whatever way he seems to want to use him, but he sees Stevens as a Taysom Hill type of player. I mean, he want to use him similarly to what he uses Taysom. That's my approach on it based on what Peyton. But if I don't see him as seriously as a quarterback in the competition, maybe as an emergency quarterback, if the team, if he's on the team next year, and they could see him like as an emergency quarterback or something like that. But he has other applications according to Coach Payton and some of the offensive coaches that I remember hearing interviews from were referencing Stevens as a guy who has multiple applications throughout the team.
Okay, so Breeze shut down. Let's just say Breeze retired right now. Your three quarterbacks are going to be Jameis Winston, Tommy Stevens, and Taysom Hill.
Right.
Okay. How do you feel about this season?
This season, in terms of, I think it'll be, as far as the team is concerned, I think the team is loaded. To be honest with you, my issue is not so much what's internal, it's external. I know the team can control certain things, but the external aspects of it, which